Howdy folks, Dave shaves from RazoRock. This is a very large container, 250 milliliters, and yeah, I should say right about there. I think it's about 8.5 ounces of goodness in there. Show you what it looks like on the inside. This is a glass container. It's a very heavy glass container and a very soft soap. The label is not waterproof. It was designed to be that way. Very nice soap and matching aftershave also. Very, very nice. Got witch hazel, Humphreys, lilac, and got the alum block complete with rubber band. Shaver of the day. This one here is from Max Metalworks. He used to have a site, then he changed his business plan. He's been thinking about doing an Etsy page, but I don't know if he's actually done one yet. I haven't seen it. But anyhow, here it is. This is a, as you can tell, it's a brass handle. And this particular cap and head, there is no overhang there. This is patterned after a 65 Gillette Tech. And here's the blade of choice today. This particular aftershave and soap I won a while back from a YouTuber, Jammin' G.I. James, and I got the soap and the aftershave and a razor with two different heads from RazoRock also. Really nice giveaway that I won. And I tell you what, this soap and aftershave is just awesome. Italian Barber also has the RazoRock Dead Sea, and that's another one I would really like to get a hold of one of these days. Because if it's anywhere near as good as this one here, it's pretty good. In other words, it's one worth having. The got links below for these items. The container containing that much soap, so in other words, you're not going to see it for around the $10 range as opposed to the $20 range. So you're getting more soap, but of course you're going to be paying for that soap. In the I think I'll try to remember to include the scent profile down below also. It's better that I do it that way, me trying to describe it. Excuse me, because my nose is just terrible. I just know that I like it. Don't know that I'm picking up the scents that's listed. Got it whipped up here in my handy dandy bowl. Got a horsehair brush. I was trying to think about how many of these that I've got in the way of a horsehair brush, and I'm thinking I've probably got in the neighborhood of about a dozen horsehair brushes. Now you refer to the horsehair brush as a poor man's badger brush. And for me, in my opinion, they work just fine. I think that's what probably delayed me even getting a badger brush to begin with, is because these work so well for me. As you can kind of tell, I didn't have any problems lathering. A while back I did a lather video with three different bowls, three different soaps, and three different kinds of brushes, as well as different knots, and one of them was a horsehair, if I remember right. They whip up lather just fine. Since this was patterned after a Gillette Tech, this is a very smooth shaver. mild shaver, if you will. But it's unfortunate these, you can probably still find these made by somebody else. I think Rod George has a few handles that look similar to this one also. But when Jake was making these, I bought a few of them and gave them out for Christmas. And kept one back, well, more than one besides this head. Kept one back for my youngest son. He's got him set up with a kit with various shavers. And I'm still working on it, adding more stuff to it. Not so much, of course, in the way of soap or anything like that. He's 14 now. I'm saving it for his 16th birthday, so he's going to have quite a collection. He's got a Merkur 34C. I've not yet to shave with one of those, so I need to get one. Shave with so I can at least give him some sort of guidance about that particular shaver. Because I have yet to shave with one. eBay has one. A used one. And the auction hasn't ended yet, so we'll wait and see if I win it or not. I am kind of I guess you might say, cheap guy when it comes to that sort of thing. When a used shaver like that that's readily available, with it being used, I'm not going to pay a whole lot of money for it. In other words, I kind of use the rule of thumb, about half price. That includes shipping too. So in other words, I gotta be a patient person to get deals like that. Blade's working rather well. Matter of fact, a while back, if I remember right, I shaved with a feather blade here, which is probably a very good blade of choice, because this is mild enough that you can get several shaves out of that feather blade with a shaver like this. Matter of fact, that's probably how you can get the best use out of a feather blade. If you're not liking the edge, if it's a little bit harsh for you, is to put it in a mild shaver like this, and you'll get far more shaves out of your blade. And not only that, the shave will feel a lot better than if you used a more aggressive shaver. If you don't like that harshness when it first starts out. I have not tried corking one just yet. Take some of the harshness off of the edge. I have not tried that yet. Has crossed my mind every once in a while, but depending on the shaver or feather blade, works out alright for me. In other cases, yeah, you can definitely feel the harshness on it. It's not the most in the friendliest shaves. But I'd have to say probably my best example of a shave that it did work well in an aggressive razor was an R41, and for whatever reason it worked well for me. This is great lather. Very creamy, feels great on the face. And the scent, when I was whipping it up, even now I can still smell the scent. Whipping it up in the bowl it's a pleasant thing to have. thinking the scent, I think somewhere in there is supposed to have a touch of menthol, I think. There's just a little bit of a feedback. I don't know if the mic will pick that up because it's not a whole lot. Excuse me, but there is some. It'd be very easy to shave with this every day, especially if you're in a hurry. This being as mild as it is, you can rush right through a shave if you had to. You wouldn't have to worry too much about the irritation because it's such a mild shaver. But still, I got a very smooth shave. There's a little bit in the way of pickups, but you know how it did sociably acceptable shape. And I think this one here is. I know if I was going to narrow down to just a few shavers, this one here definitely would be one I would be hanging on to, just because of the fact that it is such a mild, gentle, easygoing shaver. I guess in a way you might say, if you've ever had any experience with the bevel. Bevel's fairly close. It's a little bit more aggressive than this shaver. This shaver's pretty, it's a pretty mild shaver. Like I said, you could whip a shave out in a hurry and not have to worry about irritation or anything once you get the experience using a DE shaver. And typically, alum block generally does not have much to say after a shave with this shaver. I have a few more handles from Jake that I really do like. Another brass one and a copper one. The copper one I came from Savannah, Georgia, and was made out of a grounding rod. In other words, it was salvaged. And the, I guess you might say the unique importance of all that is that back in the day when I was in the Army, I was stationed at Hunter Army Airfield, Savannah, Georgia, and that's where that grounding rod came from. It was turned into a shaving handle. Pretty nice to have. Got some Humphreys here. You can find Humphreys around this neck of the woods every once in a while. Usually at Marshall's is the best bet. Every once in a while you might find it at Ross, but Marshall's is your best bet. Try to find it. You'll have to go there on a regular basis though, because they don't always have it. Matter of fact, I picked up another one not very long ago, and in other words, try and get different ones. So I try them out and see if there's that much of a difference that I notice putting them in. Putting them on, I should say, on my face. This aftershave, I've used a bit of it. Every once in a while I'll put a little bit more on, but boy, they did a great job on this setup. The scent's just rolling. It is nice to be able to enjoy your shave. I really must admit, it's from back in the day when I was shaving with those Good News and Bics and just weepers and just miserable irritation using the canned stuff. Far better shave. Fantastic. Hope everybody's doing okay. Stay safe, and until next time, smooth shaves to you.